Hey everybody, today's video I'm going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know, I'm kind of, a little bit, mixed up in my words right now as usual. Um, yeah, but anyways, so this is the pilot bearing that I was looking at a little while ago, right? So I finally got around to searching for the pilot bushing. I finally got around to doing that. So I kept on picking away at it, like doing internet searches, talking to people like a bumper to bumper about, if they could get me a bearing that's apparently the bearing that was in the end of the crankshaft in the Rambler, you know, apparently it was, outer diameter 0.815 and the inner diameter was 0.625. Right, so I talked to the engine builder, and he finally got to it. He pulled it out. I phoned him back about a week later, and he said, "Okay, I'm really sorry, I forgot about that, but let me go get it and let me look at it and take a measurement." And so he did, and those are the measurements he gave me. And so I was searching for a pilot bushing with the same outer diameters and inner diameters, and that was the pilot bushing PB73 by Pioneer. Now, the guy that was redoing my clutch down in New York, he said, I can't find, there's certain pilot bushings I can't find, right? So give me the dimensions of yours and I'll see if it's one that I can't, source, find, and we'll go from there. So I gave him, the dimensions of the pilot bushing that was in there, and he said, okay, that is the one that I can't find, and so I'll just make you some out of oil light. And apparently what oil light is it's oil infused metal. So that's apparently really good for a bushing, right? Go figure. Or don't go figure. I don't know. I'm not really sure if that's a nice thing to say to somebody, but in case it isn't, I take it back. Anyways, so I was talking to him about the pilot bushing, and he said, yeah, I can't find that one. I'll just make you some. And then I said, okay, well, if you can't find some, I haven't given up on looking. And what I did is I did my own search, and I found like a bunch of places. Well, maybe like 2 or 3 actually, that had pilot bushing that was literally maybe 0.1 of a difference. Instead of being 0.625, it was 0.626. And according to Tom J over on the AMC forum, and I hope he's okay with me saying that, he said that there could be a 0.003, or maybe it was 0.300. I can't remember. But either one of those, he said that is an allowable amount of clearance, between the inside diameter of the bushing and the transmission input shaft. Because he said that this is basically just an interference fit, because it's supposed to sit in the end of the crankshaft. The transmission input shaft is supposed to go in there, and it just kind of spins. It doesn't really spin that much, apparently. According to him, the only time that the transmission input shaft spins inside this bearing, if I understood what he said to me correctly, and I'm talking about it appropriately, apparently the only time that the transmission input shaft will be spinning inside this bearing, this bushing, is when the engine speed is going faster than the transmission input shaft's speed. Like when you're revving to change gears or something like that. I'm not exactly 100% sure how all that stuff works. But he said, yeah, a bronze bushing should work fine, but oil light would be better. The reason why I didn't want to use the oil light bushing is because the guy doing my clutch work at Falcon Clutch, and he seems like he's doing good work. Not that I've seen it firsthand or anything like that. I haven't like got the stuff back yet or anything, but I mean, I just feel like he does good work. Because he has his business, so he must. It's a clutch business, so he must be doing good work. But he said the cost of the bushing that I will make for you out of oil light will be $30, and that was $30 American. So $30 for a bushing, and I'm already spending just a little bit under 500 Canadian for all the work that he did on the friction disc and also the pressure plate. And I'm probably gonna have to pay more on top of that too with whatever goes on. Like I've gotten packages and stuff like that from the United States, and before I actually even get it, I have to pay like duties and taxes on it again. So I got to pay tax on it, and then I got to pay duties on it again. Before I can even get it. So it's going to be probably more than $500 to get that work done. You know, and I didn't really want to spend $30 on a super cool bushing when a bronze one would be fine, because that's what's in there right now anyways. It's a bronze bushing that's in there, or what that was in there, and apparently that was good enough, right? So yeah, I don't have the receipt with me because it's inside, but this Pioneer bushing PB73 was apparently bronze, and I don't know if you could tell, but it kind of looks bronze to me. And I looked online, and I kind of researched what bronze is for a reason I'll get into in about 40 seconds. But apparently bronze is an alloy of copper and tin, and sometimes it's copper and lead, you know? When bronze bushings get old, when bronze gets old, apparently it can kind of sometimes have like a little bit of like a greenish kind of color to it because of the copper that's in there. Now, unless I don't know what I talked about just now, yeah, I'm right so far that this is a bronze bushing. The guy down at Falcon Clutch said, "Oh yes, you did find a bushing that you can use. The part number is correct. Pioneer PB73 is those same dimensions, but that bushing is made out of steel, and you don't want to use a steel bushing." And he said that he's encountered people before that have had a steel bushing serving this purpose of the pilot bushing being welded, as he says, welded to, the parts that it's in contact with for that amount of time. And he said, you don't want to use that. And so I said, okay, and da 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 da. But then when I was looking at the pictures of this bushing, and this bushing is something I need, and I was kind of having trouble finding it. And I eventually did, get it. I attained it. I achieved getting a pilot bushing. But as I was looking at the picture with thinking about what he said don't use it because it's made out of steel. But I don't think that this is made out of steel because it kind of has like a little bit of a, kind of brownish color to it, and steel isn't brown, right? Like I'm not going to say that the guy's wrong, but I'm just going to say that this particular bushing here, I don't think is steel. So this is the bearing that I think I'm going to use. Now, I also have a caliper here, like a digital one that I just bought. Well, I mean, I went to the store, I bought a pair of calipers, right? But it wasn't digital. It was just like a regular one. And I was thinking, as I was looking at it on the bus, I was thinking about these measurements here. I'm like, how am I supposed to come up with something that is so like minusculely detailed with that caliper that I had that measured up to, I think, 5 inches, and it was like 127 millimeters. I guess you probably would have to be really good at math to be able to come up with that kind of measurement from a pair of calipers that are not digital. So that's not me. I'm not that good at math, but I do enjoy it. I really like doing long division and like multiplying like a 3-digit number, like a couple of hundred, like, you know, like 713 divided by 4,337 whatever, right? And it's just like when you break it down, it's just like this, like a gradually narrowing equation. You know, as you progress through the equation and the calculations, it's just like this long. It's like, it's so cool. It looks really interesting, and I really like to do that at the bar. You know, just leave it on the chalkboard over by the dartboard, and someone's gonna come along and see it before they erase it, and they're gonna go, "Holy smokes, somebody's pretty smart," because they can do something like that, and it's fun. I like it. Okay, so turn it on, and even though it's pressed all the way down to the very end, it'll still give you a misjudged, like a misaligned reading, and it's because, I think this is because it's the material, right? I've noticed that if you kind of like, you know, bend these two pieces into like a bit of a straighter, you know, or like, you know, a bit of a straighter, you know, so that they're both like level with each other, the reading will change, right? But you can always just, you know, fix that by pressing the 0 button right there, right? And it goes down to 0, right? And so it's on inches. So this bushing is apparently 0.815. This is the measurement that I get. You know, it's like 0.8195. So I'm not really sure if, you know, you're supposed to be rounding up or what. You know, the instructions that came with this don't really go into those details. So I'm just going to have to, you know, let that go, I guess, right? And so here the inside is 0.6180, right? And so it kind of seems like it's around, you know, what I'm supposed to be getting, right? It kind of seems like it's supposed to be that big, right? So aside from that little bit of confusion that I have, everything's okay, I guess. Now, what I have to do is I have to take this and I have to go into the Rambler, because the guy down at Falcon Clutch, what he wants me to do is he wants me to send him the measurement for the transmission input shaft. He wants me to measure the tip of it, and so here goes that. It's a little bit tough with the camera. Okay, so it's 0.6240. Just gonna check it again. Okay, moving it down. .62. So that is 0.62. So I'm gonna write that down. Hey, Sean. All done the watering, eh? Yeah. 0.62. All right, so I'm gonna write this down somewhere. Input shaft diameter.
All sorts wet.
Oh no!
Yeah, the water actually got in the bag. I sprayed the wrong direction and the bag was facing out. Anyways, just sprinkled a bit. I have to fill my everywhere.
Yeah, before they get soggy.
Yeah.
0.620. But I want to try something. I'm going to put this on there, see how that goes. Oh! This is where this is supposed to go. Like in the engine, in the crankshaft. And then this is supposed to go inside this. Okay, thanks, Sean. See ya. And it fits. There's not really a whole lot of play. You know? It spins, so it's a good fit. So, that's good. Oh, drop my pen. So, I guess I can tell the builder, I mean, the guy down at the Falcon Clutch that it was 0.620, according to what I measured. And I will tell him that I used a digital caliper and yeah, etc. Right? So I think that's one of the last emails that I need to send to him. Other than, payment. His wife apparently is in charge of paying, so she has to talk to me about the payment, and I'm kind of eager to get it done and just pay him so he can sort of ship it to me. Another thing I wanted to talk about is, do you remember how I was talking about how the hood, kind of caught on the edge of the body there, and it was like scratching the paint, right? So I looked in the TSM. Apparently there's a way to fix that, and what you do is you just, I'll get out of the way of the daylight there, but you just move this bolt, and it's been moved already once or twice, I guess. But you loosen this one, and then you tighten this one, and then you move the hood, right? And so I just did that. Now I'm going to tighten it up a little bit. Right? Now, let's test it out. Alright, let's test it out. Alright, here we go. Perfect. Success. Success. It doesn't catch anymore. Success. Wonderful. Great. That's awesome. Alright. Okay, guys. So, thanks a lot for watching my video. 1958 AMC Rambler Super Part 23. Sweet. Okay. Alright. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.